let's move on and take a look at some more important stories then. The Federal Reserve is growing increasingly concerned about stubborn inflation according to the minutes from the latest meeting. Despite inflation easing over the past year, recent data shows that it's still above the Fed's 2% target. Officials expressed hesitation about cutting interest rates and indicated a willingness to tighten policy further if needed. At the meeting, they voted to keep the current rate at a 23-year high of 5.25 to 5.5%. Fed officials said that they're watching the situation closely and remain ready to act as necessary. Moving on then, and while expectations for Fed rate cuts still remain, Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon believes that there is no such possibility this year, citing a lack of compelling data. Speaking at an event, Solomon highlighted the economy's resilience due to government spending. He also acknowledged that average Americans are feeling the pinch from inflation and added that they are set up for stickier inflation. Now, he also pointed out that investments in AI infrastructure have also bolstered the economy, and Solomon also called for cautious monetary policy amid ongoing economic challenges. And moving on then, as promised, let's take a closer look at Nvidia then. After a blockbuster quarter, AI darling Nvidia's shares soared past the $1,000 mark for the first time thanks to a surge in AI-driven sales. The tech giant also reported better than expected earnings and revenue, pushing the stock up 7% in extended trading. And CEO Jensen Huang announced that their next-gen AI chip, Blackwell, will start generating revenue later this year. The company also revealed a 10-to-1 stock split as well, so that's the latest coming in on Nvidia. Moving on then, in the United Kingdom, consumer inflation has slowed down. In April, the CPI has risen at 2.3% annually, down from March's 3.2%. When you look at core CPI, then barring fuel and food prices, it was at 3.9% for the previous month. Remember, the Bank of England's target is 2%. The services inflation, which is the central bank's key gauge for domestic prices, has come in at 5.9% as well for April. So that's the latest coming in from the UK. But let's keep it going with the UK. After the inflation report was released, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak called for a general election on July 4th. Speaking outside Downing Street, Sunak emphasized the importance of economic stability and noted the improving economic environment. Despite this, his Conservative Party trails in the polls. Remember, Sunak became Prime Minister in October 2022, and a UK rating survey showed that only 20% of people had a positive view of him. So that's the latest coming in from Rishi Sunak and his commentary then. Let's keep an eye on those elections as well. But moving on then, Pfizer has announced a new cost-cutting program aiming to reduce expenses by $1.5 billion by 2027. This follows a $4 billion cost-cutting plan from last year. With declining COVID-19 vaccine sales, Pfizer has also seen its shares drop by about 24% over the past year. To counter this, Pfizer purchased cancer drug maker Seagen for $43 billion and initiated an internal restructuring as well. The company will incur $1.7 billion in one-time charges, mostly related to severance then.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.